Hey, Kevin here, top 100 financial advisor, two-time author, one-time bestseller, and we are here to talk about the stock market. Now, this is part two of our option series. You guys asked for this, so I am going to give you this. I don't know why y'all asked, but I'm here for the people. So my job is to give you the information that you guys asked for and try to make investing simple. So that's why I'm here. All right, so we had part one where I just generally explained what options are. In this episode, in this part, I want to talk more about how they make money. We're not going to get into, super depth, but we are going to discuss essentially why people do this. Why do people do this? And what is the point in doing this as well? Now, as you see, very high level overview. Option contracts, one option contract controls 100 shares. So if I think that the stock is going to go up, I'm going to buy a call option. Why would I buy a call option? Call options give me the right to buy at a price. So for example, as you see here with Tesla, I get to, if I buy this insurance contract, I say, look, I get to buy Tesla at $50. And if Tesla goes to 50, if Tesla goes to 200, I get to buy it at 50 and I get to sell. And I make all that money in between, which is great if the stock goes up. If the stock does not and it falls, well, you just wasted money on a contract. That's it. So the good thing is you know exactly what you're going to lose. Same way where if you went to Hertz, if Hertz is still alive, and you buy the insurance that they have there, well, hopefully you don't get into a wreck. But if you did, great, you use insurance, it's worth it, right? But if nothing happens, you drive up the street, nothing happens, well, you wasted your money on insurance and that you didn't necessarily have to have because you already have car insurance. That's a whole tangent. But essentially, if you pay for the insurance and you use it because the stock goes up, or you don't, and you just wasted that money. That's kind of how it works. On the opposite end, you have put options. If I think the stock is going to go down, I have the right to sell that stock at a certain price. So if it drops down to $10 and I get to sell it at 20, I make that money in between. Great for me if the stock goes down. And the further the stock goes down, the more money I could potentially make if I were to use, or what they call exercise, that option. That's it. That's the basic part of it. You guys can go back and watch part one to dig more into that. We talked about that earlier. Now, an illustration. This is a seesaw. You guys know I'm not that much of an artist, but this is my best attempt. So you can see here that this one option contract, we call this a derivative, meaning the value of the option, how the option moves, how much that option may or may not make, is derived from the stock itself. So if I have a call option, if the stock goes up by a little bit, then the option goes up by a lot, and opposite versions. And again, it depends on if you have a put or a call. But whatever direction the stock moves by a little bit, the option is going to move by a lot in either direction. That's because it is derived on that, and people and the market reacts to the value of the contracts a little bit differently, or a lot differently rather, than the stock itself. So let's move down. I'm going to give you guys an example. So NEM is Newmont Corporation. It's a stock that I feel, because I bought the option, I feel is going to go up. And these are very general examples. So don't get caught up into, oh my God, I can make 100 times my money. Relax. We just want to make the numbers very simple. So for example, NEM was about $63 a share in this example, and the stock went up 1%. So if I own one single share, I get to make 63 cents. That is not amazing. It's great that my money went up. It's more than what I would have made in the savings account, but this, no one cares. Like, this is not something I would post on Instagram. I don't really post gains anyway, but it's not, generational wealth, 63 cents, at a time. It's not really exciting. However, you could have done this instead. If I had a call option, one call option, it actually would have went up, and as an example, could have gone up $63. That's a different story. $63 a day is a much bigger difference than just 63 cents. Now, Why is this the case, and what do we need to know about that? What we need to know is, remember, options, if I bought one option contract, that is, it's going to show you when you look on TD Ameritrade or wherever you get your options, you're going to see that it's going to say $6.30. People say, oh my God, I can buy this for $6.30. This is a big deal. Read the fine print. Remember, it is $6.30 for every one stock. That's the insurance. And we know that an option contract represents 100 shares. So I actually need to spend $630 on one option. And in this scenario, the stock goes up 1%. My gain actually goes up 10% because 630, 10%, $60. You guys get where I'm going here. So I got to, in this scenario, with the option, I invested $630. I made $63. So that's a 10% gain. That's not bad, especially for a day, right? If you did this in a day, you did this over 2 or 3 days, that's not bad. $63 in a single day. And if you start to string together a bit of these together, string a bit of these in a row, you're looking at some decent money. You're looking at a few $100s a week, maybe a few $1,000s a month. Not bad. Only $63. I'm sorry, only $630 you put in, and you got out $63. That's decent. That's 10%. That's not bad at all. Now, this is one option. I'm just going to put one option here. And if you had two, then you double up, so on and so forth. But again, that's how it would work with an option. Now, if I want to get the exact same gain from a stock, from the same stock, and it still went up 1%, well, I actually need $6,300 because 1% of that is $63. 1%. So that's the difference there. This is why people do options. Why would I risk $6,000 to make the exact same amount of money when I could have gotten the exact same amount of money by investing 10% of that, which is exactly $630. This is why people do options, because of that leverage. That's one way, just one way that people tend to make money in options. So what they will do is, and let me just kind of give a less stressful screen to look at. What they tend to do is buy the option. So I think the stock is going to go up, so I'm going to buy the option. I'm not going to use it because I don't have the desire to buy 100 shares of NEM and then go sell it. I don't feel like doing that. I could if I wanted to, but I'm just not. So what I do is like, hey, I'm going to buy this option. I think the stock is going up, so I buy it. I'll wait for the stock to go up, and then I sell it, get my money, and leave and move on to the next one. So that is one very, very, very simple way and why people tend to do options. Stop here. There are two ways. We're going to talk about covered calls next time, but I want to kind of make this simple, let you guys absorb this if need be, ask any questions if need be. I know options can be a little bit confusing because it's just a lot going on. But this is essentially how it works and why people do it. So you have more leverage. If you want to make the $63 a day, and this is just a super example, doesn't happen every day. If you want to make the $60, why spend or why invest $6,000 when you can only invest $600 and get the exact same gain? So that's essentially what it is. Again, it is a derivative. It has leverage. That's why the prices can be so volatile and kind of out of control. And why you see people, hopefully all the people you see are legitimate, but that's why you see people make so much money, because they put in a certain amount and then the gains were severely outpacing that. I mean, think of it. If you put in the $6,000 in an option, you'd have made like $630 in a single day, which is a much bigger deal. All right, so that is it for this part of the video. We are going to do a part 3. Part 3 will be on covered calls, and I'll explain what that means and how that works. All right, so that's it for me, and I will see you guys